What's up, resellers? I'm Rebecca, and you are watching Rebecca the Reseller. Thanks for joining me today for a video that I am really excited to do. So if you have followed my channel for a while, you'll know that I do like a lot of numbers. I may not be the most mathematically inclined person. Sometimes I look at numbers and they just kind of make my head spin, and I kind of go down this rabbit hole of like, I see the numbers, I get that they're important, but it makes me a little crazy and I don't always know what I'm looking at. And so I'm a person that likes data, that likes numbers. I'm just not the most skilled at it. And so a while back, I actually had someone create a custom spreadsheet for me, and it works well. I'm happy with it. I spent some money on it, and I really wish that I had this instead of that, but I didn't know that this existed. And this is it's the sales dashboard and the inventory dashboard by Sarah Stiles LLC. Sarah is one of my reseller friends. We're compadres in that we're reseller moms. We've had some interviews before on YouTube. She was on my channel. I might be going on her channel soon. And we've had some conversations. And so we do what we can to support each other. And I really said for a while, like, I guess I don't really need hers because I have my own spreadsheet and that's working well for me. But for a time, I had a virtual assistant and she would input all of the information into my master spreadsheet, which was multiple tabs, multiple functions, all this stuff, custom built for me, tracked everything. And while that's great, when you're entering all of it yourself, because now I'm on my own, I've parted ways with my virtual assistant, it's a lot to manage. It's a lot to input. It's a lot of data entry that I never had to do before that now all of a sudden I'm doing if I want my system to work and all of my tracking and all of my, data. So I was like, you know what? Now might be a really great time to look into Sarah's spreadsheet dashboard because I'm doing this on my own, and she's created it so that it would be very simple and easy for anyone, whether you like numbers or not. As a business owner, you do need to know your numbers. You need to have a legitimate, fact-based source of information so that you can make intelligent decisions about your business to further it along, to make more money, to make better choices, to save on expenses, whatever you're trying to do with your business. You need to have it rooted in numbers and rooted in actual facts. I find for myself that I go a lot on feeling. Like, I'm a pretty emotional person, but I'm like, I feel like I've sold a lot of Anthropologie this month. And then I'll go and look, and now I've seen it firsthand with Sarah's dashboard, and I'm like, I've sold no Anthropologie this month. Like, what are you talking about? Because, we're sourcing, we're listing, we're touching all these things. We're watching what's sold videos, we're watching hauls, we're seeing what other people are doing, we're seeing things on Instagram. And like, sometimes you just get jumbled up and you don't actually know what's going on in your business unless you're looking at the real data. And it was a real eye-opener when I started going through some of these tabs, which I'm going to share with you a little bit, and this is a review. It's not really a tutorial, but I'm going to show you a few things, but it's more of a review and just like hey, if you don't know about this, let me tell you my experience with it, and then maybe you want to check it out too. So, obviously I'm friendly with Sarah. I wish her all of the best with the selling of this dashboard. She sold a ton of them, but I do think that more people could benefit from it. And that's why I wanted to do the video with you. I also am a referral and affiliate with her. And so I do want to share with you, there's a code down below. Click on the link and then use my code, Rebecca the Reseller, which is mentioned down below as well. When you use both of those, you'll get 20% off of your purchase from her shop, which has the dashboard and has a few other things. She has a sales dashboard. She has an inventory dashboard. She has one for multiple platforms. I'm going to specifically just talk about the POSHMARK ones because that's what I have. But she's got a few different things. So you can go ahead and see what works for you in her little shop. Purchase it online. You get a video, which is very clear as to how to set it up. Now, if you're not a technology person, it doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you need to pay attention because it's a Google Sheet. And so it's all based on the internet. It's all based on your sales report or your inventory report from POSHMARK. And so it's easy to get that out of POSHMARK. It's easy to put it into this, but you do need to watch her video all the way through, kind of pay attention and just make sure that you're following the steps because there's a lot of formulas in here. There's a lot of moving parts, and I don't know all the technology behind it, but I know that if you don't do things exactly quite right, it won't work. And then you've just spent money on this thing and it's not going to work for you. So the best advice I can give you, and I did it, is just watch the video, pay attention, don't have any distractions when you're doing it, and then set it up the first time the right way. And once you do that, then every time will be a lot easier from there, and it doesn't take a long time once you've done it the first time. So that's kind of my thought on that, is just when you're setting it up, you need to request your, I'm going to talk about the sales one, request your sales report from Poshmark for the period that you want to look at. So I did year to date, and I got that file, and then I just upload it in here by copying and pasting the information into the sales report tab. And again, I'm not doing the full tutorial. You need to watch Sarah's video once you purchase it on exactly step by step what to do, because you have to enter some of your information. But once you follow those easy steps, it's fine. So this is kind of like the main page, and you can click through over here or at the bottom to get to the different sections. Everyone's going to use it a little bit differently. Everyone is going to have different information that you're curious about, information that would inform you about something. All of our businesses are different. So for me, there's certain things that I like better than others. And then there's certain things that you may like better than what I do. But so the sales report gets copy and pasted into here. So this is my raw data, all the information of what Poshmark gives you. And so this is why this dashboard is awesome, because what are you going to do with this? It's like a million columns. It's just all this information. I don't even know what to do with this. Like, it's just a lot of data, and that is great. Thank you, Poshmark, for giving it to us so that we can manage our businesses, but I can't do anything with this. This is like jibber jabber to me. Like, I can't take any insights away when information or data is just compiled like this. It doesn't help me. It doesn't mean anything to me. But when you start working with the dashboard, that's when you can actually take really good thoughts away. So this sheet I don't use because I'm really just selling on Poshmark right now. This would be if you sell on other platforms, you can enter your average selling price here, which I track separately, so I didn't enter it here. And you can also track all of your other platforms here. That way you could have all of your business information in one spot. I don't need to do that here because I do have the other one. And so the information is already there. So I did not make use of this yet, but I could totally see how this would be helpful for you. And if you don't need it, because maybe you only sell on Poshmark, you just skip through here. So the next one is your Poshmark page. And so this is going to tell you, what did I do? Oh, I think I didn't log in. Oh, come on. So I'm doing this on my computer. I don't usually edit things on my computer. So I'm just going to do this really quick. These are the couple steps that you do when you put your information in. I thought I had already done it. Please enter how much you want. Okay, so now it's going to run the script. Okay, so everything should populate. I thought I had already done it. So over here means that it's working. So a script is all the back end stuff that makes the formulas go and all these tech things that I have no idea about that Sarah is a really great expert on. And that's how it makes everything work. So here's my information. Sorry, I thought I had already done this. So this is compiling all the information and giving it to you in chart form, where when you're looking at it over here, like, yeah, this is a chart, but it's like so much. It's not aggregated. There's no way to like look at this and know what's going on. But when you see it through the functions and everything, now you're like, okay, great. In January I did 2,600. In February I did 2,500. You know, so you can start already to say, all right, I'm between 2,500 and 3,300. So pretty much I've got $1,000 variance from month to month. This is how much I'm paying in fees. This is my average. So like you can already start to get a feel for your business just by one page. You know, if you don't have anything, this is going, or if you're doing this by hand, you're making your own spreadsheet and entering all of this in, like, that's a lot of work. And this will save you a ton of time by just going through and letting it populate the information based on the sales report that Poshmark gives you for free. So this is the total revenue area. So it's similar to the other, but just gives it to you in a different way. And this is where if you had put in prior years, like this is just my year to date, but if I had included all my prior years, it would show me like year comparisons, monthly revenue, all this different stuff. So I'm not going to go through everything because Sarah actually does have a lot of videos that show you how to use everything and the information that you can get from it, but I wanted to share it with you and tell you kind of my favorite parts. So this is one of my favorite parts. This is the simulator. And this is where you can enter in, like in the question in the beginning, it asks how much did you want to make? I put in $4,000. So it's telling me that on average, here I'm doing, I sold 176 sales in January, 157, 198, 162, 180, and then this is my average order. And so if I want to make $4,000, either I have to do this many sales at my average sales price, or I have to do the same amount of sales but increase my sale price. And I feel like that just gives such perspective, because you could have this goal, oh, I want to make X amount of dollars, but unless you have real information based on what your store is actually doing to help you get there, you can't get there. So this is great. And so I'm going to monkey around with this a little bit more and kind of put in different figures and try to see what makes sense for me, because yes, every sale is not going to be $22, let's say, but if I, on average, am selling the same amount, which is anywhere from 157 to 198, which is pretty well in a decent range here of, it's not varying too much. If I just try to get closer to $22, that's how I would hit my revenue goal. So, when you're thinking about accepting that offer, or when you're thinking about listing price, or when you're thinking about sending an offer to likers, you can't expect to have an average sales price of $22 if everything you're selling is $10 or everything you're listing is $10. So it just gives you good information to help you go back and start at the beginning of sourcing the right things to get you where you want to go, listing them for the right price of where you want to go, accepting those offers and sending out those offers for the right price of where you want to go. It's just such good information. So next up is the platform area. And so again, if I had other platforms information listed in here, like if I was also selling on eBay or Mercari or whatever, that would populate in here. For me, that doesn't apply, but if you are, that would work for you. So I'm not going to talk about that. Daily, I thought this was interesting. I don't know too much what to take from this other than obviously, on a Friday night, maybe I sell more, and I do a lot of my offers and my bigger offers that I send out on a Friday, so that makes sense to me. So I don't know that I care so much about like that I sell more on Tuesday or I sell more on Friday. If you're a person that works off of days or there's something that you can take from that, then yeah, this would be a great chart for you. For me, I don't have the mental space right now to care what day the sales come on, to be perfectly honest. But I do think the charts look cool and they look very pretty. And that's what's awesome about a dashboard like this, is it takes that crazy stuff that Poshmark gives you, that big giant chart of so many columns, and it gives it to you in a visual way that you could make sense from it. I'm really visual, so like seeing a chart like this makes more sense to me, and I can deal with it more than I can when it's just like all this data in one spot in multiple columns. Like to me, I just can't even process that. Next up, this I really love. So this talks about the types of orders, bundle orders, shipping discounts, all of it. So here, type of order. So buy it now, so paying full price. Somebody just outright buys it on Poshmark is 12% of my sales. It's not bad. Offers to likers is 38% of my sales, and then somebody sending me an offer, or I'm assuming that's a bundle offer as well, is half of my sales. Like, that is interesting. So, how can I get buy it now to increase? Well, I could probably price it better. Maybe I want to look at my pricing, because it takes time to send out offers to likers. It takes a lot of time. It takes less time to accept offers, but there's a delay. And so I've noticed, like, sometimes overnight I'll get an offer and I go excited in the morning to accept it and they've canceled it. Maybe because I didn't get back to them quickly enough. I don't know why they do that. Maybe they were, drunk poshing. I'm not sure. But there's just a lot of different things that you can take away from information like this if you thought about it enough. Like, how can I increase my buy it now? And if I started, now that I know that my buy it now is 12%, if I started doing things today, when I check this information next month, I can tell if it's made a difference. And that's the other part of this that I really like, is that not only does it give you information so you can make changes in your business, once you make those changes, you can then check to see if it's working. So having it in this format is really helpful to be able to do that, because I could look back here next month and be like, is it 13%? Yay, like what I'm doing is working or whatever. So I just feel like this kind of stuff I need to dive more into. I'm just showing you kind of an overview, but once I kind of figure out some strategies that I'm going to do, I'm definitely going to be sharing them, because it's just, now I can activate, now I can be proactive, now I can do things with this information. Percent of orders by bundle, non-bundle versus bundle. So 18% of my orders come from a bundle, 81% from a not bundle. I mean, that makes sense. It'd be great to increase my bundles, and there are things that I'm trying to do to increase my bundles. So over time, I would be looking at this, like having items that are not based on size, like accessories or makeup or something like that, where anyone could bundle a lipstick with their jeans. They don't necessarily have to find another pair of jeans or a top that's their size that they like. So having like non-size things, or more things in the same size range, or more things in the same style range. So these are all things that you could do to increase bundles. And if you start doing those things, then you can go back and be like, it worked, ta-da, because now my bundles are 20% or whatever. So good information. And then shipping discounts. Shipping discounts are driving me crazy, because I'm sending out so many offers to likers. I'm giving all these shipping discounts. I'm just like, profit, bye, see you later. So you could be doing more based on this information to cut back on the shipping discounts that you're sending, and see how it affects your sales, and see if it is working. So it's just allowing you to not only come up with what to do, but then also to check if what you're doing is working. And then average sales price, from the different things. And with bundles, my inventory's starting to change, so I'm not going to get too crazy or go into like what this, average sales price are for different things, because some of the things that I'm carrying are lower price points. Anywho, this part is so cool. I've been wondering this for a while, and I thought about it, that I could kind of easily get it from the POSHMARK sales report, but it's just another thing to do, and I just don't have time to do it. And this now gives it to me like on a silver platter. The returning customers, I've always wondered that, like, if you have a curated closet, which I don't, but if you did, what kind of returning customer situation do you have? Should I make a curated closet? Would that get me more returning customers? Do I care if I have returning customers? What would it do for me? There's just a lot of things that go into it, and I just feel like having this information here is awesome, because it shows me, like this user right here, she's ordered 5 times from me this year. That's crazy, because this is just this year's data. That's nuts. This other chick, 4 times. This other chick, 2 times. This lady, 7, which I kind of knew, because I was like, I feel like I've seen this name multiple times. So I could send them a note. This one 5 times. Like, I could send them a note. Hey, you've ordered a bunch. I'd love to give you a discount, or I'll give you a free gift the next time you order, or just, hey, or is there anything that I can, find for you, or whatever. I mean, there's so many business building things that you can do once you have control over your data. And Sarah's dashboard takes the POSHMARK data and puts it in a way that I can see what's going on and then act on it, and then also see if that action is working. And I'm just super thrilled. So this was one of those things. I mean, obviously repeat customers only 2.4% compared to one-time customers, but maybe I can do some things. Maybe I can run some marketing stuff. Maybe I can send messages or whatever. There's a lot of things that I could be doing. I'm not going to share them all here, but my mind's going. My gears are turning. I will share with you at some point. And then the state thing, I did track my states at the very beginning, because I was one of those people that's like, I want to sell to every state. That's so cool. And so I did track it in the beginning. I will tell you, I got so close. Do you know what the last state was that held on me? North Dakota. North Dakota could not get a sale from them. I would have had my 50 state strategy, whatever, done so much sooner if it wasn't for North Dakota. And then finally, I forget how long it took, but I just remember it was North Dakota. And, here it is. So, and I look, so this year I've only had one North Dakota sale. Obviously this happened a long time ago. I've been on POSHMARK for like 4 years, but, yeah, clearly just not a lot of orders from North Dakota. And all the other ones make sense. It's the big populated states, California, Texas, Florida, and New York. So, you know, I totally get that. But it's nice information to have if you're early in your Poshmark journey and you are tracking that. This would make it very easy. You know, for me, I don't need to know about this right now. You know, it's not going to inform a lot of my sales strategies like some of these other things. So the information in here, again, will mean different things to different people based on what's important to you, the state of your business, what you're trying to do. But I just felt like I wanted to hop on and share with you how I'm looking at it. I'm new into looking at it, but I'm excited about it, and I see a ton of value here. And I don't even want to know how long it took Sarah to put all this together. Like, again, she's like a super math whiz and like, you know, a data wizard and knows all this stuff. And I just take my hat off to her. I think it's fantastic. I thank her for putting it together, for being a valuable voice in the reseller community and kind of talking about data and helping empower Poshers to learn more about their business. And to know these numbers and to be able to, because my thing is all about being proactive, right? Like, I'm not just going to sit by and let like the business kind of happen. I'm going to hunt for this business. I'm going to improve this business. I'm going to proactively sell and influence my destiny and my sales numbers by doing things. And so this fits right into my thing. And it's just another tool in my tool belt to run a better business. And that's why I wanted to share it with you. So I talked really fast. I rambled. I'm like super excited and out of breath, but that's how I get when I get excited about things. If you want to check out her dashboard for you, I would love it if you would use my code down below. Use the link down below, click on the link, put the code in when you order Rebecca the Reseller. You get 20% off, which is great because, you know, she did put a lot of work into this, and rightly so. She charges, you know, I think an appropriate amount, but it's not, you know, a little bit. It's a solid amount because she did put a lot of work into it, and it's going to give you for sure a great return on your investment if you use it. If you don't use it, then that's your problem. But if you buy it and you put in your information and you actually let this inform you about what the current state of your business is, and then you give a little thought to what you can do to go from where you are, which is rooted now in fact, to where you want to go by using that simulator or looking at your bundle offers area or looking at, you know, all these different things, then you can make smart decisions on where to go. And then once you start doing those things, then you need to go back, dump your information in again in a couple of months or however long, and see what's working and compare from where you were to where you are. And then you can tweak those strategies from there. Maybe sending messages to get more repeat customers isn't translating into more sales from those customers. Stop doing that. Don't do that anymore. Don't waste your time. But maybe sourcing more belts or whatever accessories is helping to increase your bundles. And so that's fantastic, and you're happy with the increase in sales that that's bringing to you. Do more of that. There's so much I could tell you. And I wasn't sure if I was going to get it all done in this video. Clearly not. So what I'll do is a separate video on the inventory dashboard, which I also have, and that's got different data. So there's the sales dashboard. That's what this is. Basic sales information telling you about your sales. Good. The other one is inventory. I'm going to do that separately, and, you know, come and check out that video as well. And then maybe decide from there which one you want to buy, or if you want to buy them both. I bought them both and, you know, package them together. And then I got, you know, you can get your discount of the 20% off on both of them. So you may want to do that. But that's all I have to say on this. Again, thank you, Sarah Styles LLC, for putting this together, making this available, and for your voice in the community. If you have not checked out her channel, she is Sarah Styles LLC on YouTube. I'll link it below. She's got an Instagram as well. And like I said, she just is doing really great stuff and kind of helping you stay focused on your data and what that can do for you in making smart decisions for your business. And I am all about that. So check out my code, go ahead and buy her dashboard, and let it help you increase your sales. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Go ahead and watch the one about the inventory dashboard. See you next time. Bye.